Hi everyone. I'm just going to do a brief summary of the news from recent weeks. Starting here in the US, Jammie Booker, a trans-identified male weightlifter, won the women's strongman games, only to be disqualified following outcry on November 25th. Turning to medicine, remember the Health and Human Services report that was released in preliminary form earlier this year that called into question evidence in favor of pediatric medical transition? Well, on November 19th, the final version of that report was released, including the names of the authors. Overseas, the UK's King's College London is starting a clinical trial into the use of puberty blockers for trans-identifying minors. This shouldn't come as a shock to anyone. When the CAST review was released last year, the NHS ended puberty blockers for trans-identifying minors, but allowed an exception for their use in clinical trials. In related news, New Zealand's cabinet voted to halt prescriptions for puberty blockers for trans-identifying minors. They are doing so pending the results of the UK's clinical trial, which are expected to come out in 2031. Meanwhile, WPATH's President Asa Radix has been appointed as head of transgender medicine at the state hospital in Reykjavik, Iceland, showing how badly gender madness continues to metastasize outside the US. We have some grim news on the free speech front. Our friends in LGB Alliance Switzerland are sounding the alarm bells over a report from the National Council. That report is about protecting non-binary identities and proposes censorship of anti-LGBTIQ hate speech. Our friends in LGB Alliance Canada are fighting a similar battle. On October 28th, they issued a statement opposing Bill C9, or the Combating Hate Act, which would make it easier to prosecute hate speech. And likewise, our friends in LHB Liitto, or Finland's LGB Alliance, reported that on October 7th, a man was sentenced for illegal threatening and defamation for questioning the right of a trans-identified female to use the men's locker room in a gym. For some more positive free speech news, on November 25th, the gender-critical Irish comedy writer Grant Linehan was cleared of charges that he harassed a trans-identified activist on social media. However, he was convicted of damaging a trans activist's phone. And finally, the news from Asia. On Friday, October 28th, a court in Japan ruled that same-sex marriages can remain illegal. This was the last of 6 court cases regarding gay marriage filed between 2019 and 2021. The other 5 found the ban on same-sex marriage was indeed unconstitutional. Thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed your Thanksgiving weekend.